Shabbat Shalom. Since before Jacob was born, he has been engaged with struggle. We read a few weeks ago in Parshat Toldot about his struggles in the womb with his brother Esau, and later his trickery to earn his birthright and blessing from his father. Last week, we read in Parshat Vayishlach about Jacob's struggles with his father-in-law, first to marry the daughters he loved, and then to make a living for himself from the animals he cared for. Nothing compares, though, to the struggle of all struggles, the struggle where he not only makes a name for himself, but a name for his people. This week, in Parshat Vayishlach, Jacob struggles with God. We pick up where we left off last week. Jacob has moved out of his father-in-law Laban's house with all his wives and children, servants and possessions. He is on his way to meet his brother. Now, the last time he saw Esau was so mad at his brother that he wanted to kill him. Jacob had just tricked his father Isaac into giving Jacob a blessing instead of Esau. Now, this was no ordinary blessing. This was the blessing passed down from Abraham, the blessing of a great nation. Esau had good reason to be mad, so Jacob ran away. And now it is time for the brothers to meet again, to see their father before he dies. So Jacob is on his way, his whole life traveling with him, and understandably he is nervous. The night before meeting his brother, he settles his camp across a river and then crosses back over to the other side to be alone for the night. Here's where the interesting part happens. The Torah says that Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the break of dawn. It uses the word ish, which means man. But who is this man? If we read on, we hear that in the morning, when Jacob was still wrestling, the Ish said, "Let me go, for dawn is breaking." But Jacob answered, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." He said, "Your name shall no longer be Jacob, but Yisrael, for you have struggled with beings divine and human and have prevailed." Wow. So Jacob, just a man, struggled with a divine being and prevailed. Not only did he prevail, but he received a new name, Yisrael, which means one who will struggle with God. Of course, that name becomes the name of his people, Yisrael or Israel, the people who will struggle with God. We are a people who struggle with God. We do not take our Judaism at face value. When we read texts, we read them over and over, turning over every word, looking for more, going deeper. We are not easily satisfied. And as we see with Jacob, that struggle leads to blessing. In the moment of a struggle, it may be hard to see the blessings. In fact, there may not be blessings in every struggle. But every once in a while, when we face certain struggles, we come out stronger. There is a kind of growth that just can't come from comfort. Sometimes to get the most growth from a situation, we must be uncomfortable. There are lessons in our pain. When we turn it over and over, going deeper and deeper. Sometimes the lessons are clear. Sometimes it takes years to find them. Sometimes it takes another perspective shining a new light. This week, when Jacob struggles and comes out stronger, but also a little broken, in the struggle the divine being wrenched his hip, may we learn the lessons that come from our own struggles. In this beautiful broken world, may we learn from our pain and come out stronger, if not a little bit broken too. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will.